Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today, we're jumping back into some more FTB Skies, and boy oh boy, are we diving into some more creative items. I hope you guys are ready. So today is update day, and definitely received an interesting update this go around for the mod pack. And I have to say, of course, as these episodes progress, the older videos are definitely going to be a little outdated as far as mods that were added. But that's completely fine. Today we get a really cool one, and that is the Transmog table. So the Transmog table is kind of interesting. Let's grab an iron helmet, for example, or craft one. And I'll kind of demonstrate what this does. So basically what it's going to do is it is going to just make your outside appearance, what you see here, look like whatever you want. So for example, our spacesuit. If I want my spacesuit to look like the current gear I'm wearing, well, I can do that. For example, this is what an iron helmet looks like, right? Regular iron helmet. Well, what if I want it to look like my hat? Well, I can put the hat in this slot and then the iron helmet here and then give it some shards. Or yeah, shards. Amethyst shards. So yeah, put this here, what you want to transmog on the left and what you're going to transmog to on the right. Give it some fuel, and you can see when we do this, it says transmogrified to the arcane hat, and that's pretty neat. So we can put this on, and you can see the helmet looks like I'm wearing the same thing I had. It even keeps the enchantment glint, which I find kind of interesting. So like all of that data, it must be stored to this helmet. So pretty neat. And it tells you right there exactly like the enchants that are on it. I don't think those enchants are necessarily on it, but it does show what enchants were on the thing that you transmogged. Even the upgrade slots and everything. That's kind of weird, but that's pretty cool. So you can do this with a lot of different stuff. So what if, for example, you wanted a pure daisy on your head, just like me? Well, you can take the item and then put a pure daisy there and transmog it to a pure daisy. And then you can put the pure daisy on your head. And now we have daisy inception, and I have 2 daisies on my head. So yeah, you can even set this and put items on your helmet. Now I just wanted to show that off at the start, as small mods like that really get overlooked in large mod packs like this. But that was definitely added, and I think it's a neat addition for those who love the cosmetics. Now, the main thing I want to start working on today and get a little bit further into is going to be the in-game stuff. So we have more in-game things to work on, and we can get ourselves the creative paste container quite easily. All of these things, except for the nether stars, which we set up a couple episodes ago, all of these come from the barterer. So blaze rods can come from the barterer, and then the crying obsidian it can come from the barterer. And when I say barterer, I mean this guy right here. So with that automated, which is pretty simple to set up, we have gotten all of those items. So crying obsidian, we have quite a few, and then blaze rods, we have, well, not as many, actually. I'm quite surprised we don't have as many blaze rods, because we should have a few. I think we might be a little low on blaze rods, because did I never set up a proper blaze rod drawer? I did not. Shame on me. I'm literally low on blaze rods because I never upgraded this to support this. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, that's not good. So yeah, we were basically just wasting the whole time. They were just getting voided. Oh, no. But we should get plenty of them relatively quickly. So while we're working and letting those things build up, we have everything else. I can go ahead and submit that. Nether stars. We have plenty of those. We have other things that we can work on while we're waiting for Blaze. We need to get started with this as well. So just making the food, which is very easy to make. The precision mechanism, I think I already have most of. Let's take a look. I love how we've gotten most of these things done just through our progression. So precision mech. Precision. Do I have enough? I am missing literally 2. I am missing just 2. Oh wait, no, I'm missing, I'm missing 2. So I need to get myself some sheets, gold sheets for this. And then we should be good. I'll put all 40 in here. We can always use more. We can always use more. So I did set up off camera. I was actually on camera. I was chilling out on the Discord, live streaming this, hanging out in the voice channels, in the public voice channel with everybody, while I was setting this up. And all I did was I made sure to put some exporters up here with some crafting upgrades to auto craft the cogwheels into this to always keep these hoppers full. And that actually works out quite well. So you don't really have to worry about it anymore. And this was sort of the idea and goal for the automation of this. Now, what I'm interested in is this flawless budding Certus quartz. So this has a very interesting recipe. Uses an enrichment chamber in order to produce the final stage. But to produce this, we're going to need an in-world interaction, and it's really easy. From what I was looking at, it seems quite simple to do. So we're going to have to do it several times, though. So we're going to need charged Certus quartz, and we do have a couple of them that we found in chests. But the basic thing, which we found these in chests, these are the flawless. They basically work as like the amethyst, right? But they grow Certus quartz through the clusters. Now, what we can do is we can just place this in a water source, the Certus charged, and then just regular Certus blocks. And these are just made of regular Certus. And then when they're tossed in the water, they have a sort of chemical reaction that takes place. As you're seeing right there, they are reacting. I have no idea where the mobs are coming from. And as you can see, there we go. We now have flawed budding Certus quartz. So what I'm going to have to do is go through this process several times of getting just regular Certus right here. And then, of course, charging it, which we've done before, putting it inside the charger. It's going through the charger, and then it's turning into charged. And I'm going to have to do this a couple of times. So this is flawed, and then the next tier should take us into... if I can see the in-world, I should be able to continue upgrading this. From what it looks like flawed right here. You have in-world that makes flawed budding, and then there's chipped. Oh, did we just straight up just go straight to flawed? Oh, well, if that's the case, then it's super easy. So all we have to do is just use the enriched. Is that really how simple this is? Okay, so here's the enrichment factory, and there's the flawless. Oh wow, that was quite simple. And so we have it now. Okay, and then we should be able to submit that. I was not expecting that to be that simple. Now, one of the other tasks was going to be setting up the crystallized amber, and we've done this before. It's very simple, and we just need a stack of it, but I'm going to make a little bit more than that. Setting this up is as easy as putting all of the magma blocks in the melting chamber and then just making sure to pipe this over. These pipes, by the way, I believe were removed from the pack, so if you don't see fluid cyclic cables, you know why. I think it was causing a lag or something like that. But there we go. These will get produced up quite quick, and then I can go ahead and tap this a couple times, and it'll go even faster. So when it comes to making the food, I have just about everything I need. I do need to use our cutting board, and oh, this is not cuttable. Should probably have looked at that first. I think we put it in here, right, to cut it. There is a way to cut the fish. I just don't, actually, I guess we can just use raw fish. So we should be able to put this in here. Oh, pasta. That's what I needed to cut. Let's put that in there, and then we cut it. Boop, there we go. And we should be able to make this. So there's that one. Bowl has to go in there. We're not making ratatouille. We're making squid pasta. Oh, we have to take that out. Oh, okay, there we go. So that was the extra ratatouille we made last time. Very, very nice. So yeah, squid ink pasta. Have you guys ever eaten something like that? It sounds really gross, but maybe that's just me. I have no idea. I have no intentions of ever wanting to consume squid ink. It's just not me. It's not for me. You know, I don't know about you guys, but this is not in my my palate. It's just not something I would ever want to consume. But yeah, there we go. So we got vegetable noodles as well, and last but not least, roasted chicken, which potatoes are the only other thing we need. So this was actually another very simple thing to set up. Looks like potatoes, chicken, a bowl again for this. Everything goes on a bowl. Carrots, what else? Onions, an egg, and I think that's it. This is actually crafted. What am I looking at? You literally crafted this thing. Well, there we go. So with that set up, that is these items submitted, and you can submit them beforehand, before it actually goes to unlock. But we're very close to getting a creative motor, and that is just mind-boggling. So the only thing I have left to do is still get those blaze rods. We might not have to wait very long because we do have all of these materials generated, and so that gets us quite close. Let's go ahead and use all of them, and let's see what we currently have. Is this enough? Wow, we are missing like just a couple. Literally just a couple. We're at 94% complete. So it is at this point, moment of truth. We can now craft it. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I've never actually played around with the creative paste container. And I believe this allows you to use the builder, like, and not have to worry about like what it's actually pasting. Like, you don't have to have it in your inventory. If I remember correctly, right? So is there any way you have to activate it or anything like that? So no, it just like, you just have it. And let's do the copy paste gadget, because I think that's what it works with, is with the copy paste gadget. And if we put this into copy mode, and for example, I want to copy this section here, right? This little path. It is now copied, and I can go into paste mode, and I should be able to, let's unlock that. I should be able to paste it. And I didn't have those items in my inventory, correct? These are construction blocks, and they're gonna say construction blocks. And as you can see, when you break it, it'll give you construction paste back. Well, the construction paste goes back into the creative inventory here, but as you can see, it is like invisible blocks, like fake blocks. Now I don't know 100% if this works with like modded items, for example. So let me go ahead and put this in copy mode, and we'll copy this little thing, right? This, well, that's actually too big of an area. I was just more or less wanting to copy this. So let's copy that, right? And then paste this. What does that look like? Okay, very interesting. So it is a copy. It is an exact copy. It copied even the buds and everything. So these are all construction paste blocks. So in reality, you can find something online via I think the 9x9 subreddit, and you could literally paste anything they have there listed with this copy paste tool. And you would just need to use the building gadget, what is it called? Template manager. So you would just utilize this template manager, and that's kind of interesting. Like, you could just put your paper in here. By the way, you put paper in here, just in case you didn't know. And yeah, just simply find something on the Reddit. I think you put paper. Yeah, you put paper right here. You're supposed to be able to do like, actually you put your gadget in, yeah, and the paper down there, and then you name it, and then you hit save, and it turns it into a template, whatever the thing you had copied. But you can also load. So if you just put your gadget in and load, it'll paste whatever you had copied into this. It is quite crazy. So yeah, I wonder if I can come up with something. Now, I guess instead of me just, you know, trying to explain it, it's probably best I just show you. So I have a thing lined up here, and I do have a copy paste. This is supposed to be a stone breeding nursery, and this is over from the 9x9 subreddit. And we can go ahead and hit load, or sorry, paste, right? Oh wait, no, we can, no. Put this in here and then hit paste. Now we have that. You can see the author there, iFunkyMonkey. And let's go ahead and load. And now we should have a placeable 9x9. I don't know if this is specifically a 9x9. But what this is supposed to be a bee breeding apiary. And I'm just going to put it right here in this area and see how well it actually works. Let's see if we can't move this back. And that's the cool part about this is like, if we anchor this down and we take a look at where it's going to place, we can nudge it or do whatever we need to do. But when we're ready to paste, because of how simple this is, let's nudge this, by the way. Shift right click, and I believe, actually, we hit G and we go to Open GUI. And so we should be able to nudge this however we want. I want to nudge it back one. And then hit confirm, and then when I right click, it should paste it in. And interestingly enough, it keeps all the blocks that were around it, but this is what it looks like. Now, yeah, as you can see, it might take a moment to like fully initialize. But this is what it looks like. I mean, do this at your own pace, I guess. For me, this would have been very useful for something like the area that we built here, building it in the other dimension. But yeah, so yeah, we can go ahead and undo it, thankfully enough. And there we go. So that's pretty cool. You can just straight up build custom blueprinted structures or copy your own and paste things. It'll just end up using that construction paste. But now it's time for a insanely powerful item, the creative motor from Create. So let's go ahead and submit this and get ourselves the creative motor. Oh my goodness. I think we have it. And there we go. There's our reward. Now with that motor, I cannot resist not crafting an alternator to see how much power the actual alternators can produce from this setup. So right here, we can kind of get an idea. So the only real way is to put a trash can and kind of see how much power is being generated. So let's place this down, the creative motor, and max this out to 250. Now at the moment we can't see how much power is being generated, but we should be able to with some other means. And I think the best way to test this is to directly connect up to this and use Flux Networks into a trash can, but on a separate network. So this Flux plug, and yeah, disregard the textures, they're all bugged out in this particular version, which I've experienced in the past as well. But let's place this through and we'll get the new network set up. So we'll create a new one and we'll call this Power Test. I think that's a good idea. We can set that to public and we'll set that to a blue color. And we'll make sure to select that network. And then I will make sure to set this one to Power Test. And then I'm going to need a energy trash can, not a regular trash can. And with that put in, we should now be able to see the power being transferred and how much is actually being sent through, and kind of determine how much power, how much RF these actually generate when powered at max. Wow, that is not very much at all. 180 FE a tick. That is what we are getting out of a single alternator that is maxed out. That is not very fast at all and not producing much. So I have had a lot of people mention the alternator in the comments. And yes, you could craft a ton of these and have them all hooked up to a creative motor, but I don't think anything scales in comparison to Mechanism's power gen. I can tell you what this setup is going to be good for, and that is this right here. So we'll just replace this with a shaft. And then all I have to do is place that creative motor right here, and making precision mechanisms just got a lot faster. Yeah, let's take some of those sheets. And this is going to be pretty satisfying. Gold sheets, right? I should have some. They're right there. And let's go ahead and put them in. Oh boy. And that'll have those completed before I know it. Yeah, that's way faster. Now, with all that funny business out of the way, we still have more things to craft. Now, I do want to get these formation cores and annihilation cores set up. Now, to automate them, it's quite simple. We just need a few of these resources set up for autocrafts, which means we are going to need a couple more advanced inscribers, but that should be pretty simple, right? We just set up these recipes and we should be able to just put them in and set up an importer with refined storage. So for this simple automation, we have an advanced inscriber all hooked up with a crafter on top. I got to make sure that this one is going to be the one that actually makes the logic circuits, and then this will do the completion of the circuits. Pretty simple with refined storage. It is quite funny though that we are using refined storage to craft up applied energistics ingredients. So when we set this in, we want to make sure to remove this right here, the logic, and just make sure it's just sending the base ingredients in. And then of course we're going to want to craft this to completion, which we'll need both of those. And this all should come together, and we should be able to put those directly inside here. And once we get this, we should be able to test it. So this is the basic, this is the full, and so we should be able to request the full, and it's going to pull all the ingredients. It's going to craft up those in the overworld. We already have that set up for refined storage, and then it's just going to, you know, simply put everything together. Now we can speed this up. That'd probably be a good idea, and speed these up with some acceleration cards. And those acceleration cards are also from Applied Energistics. Now, while all of that is processing, let's dive into some more apotheosis, because we're also going to need some arcane sands. And that is going to come from salvaging the epic tier, the purple tier ingredients, and we'll get that, as you can see right here. But I don't know how much we're going to need. It seems like it's giving us, oh man, we're getting kind of left in the dust here. Hopefully it picks up and we keep getting more of the 4s. Otherwise we'll have to go looting or killing the mobs, but I think looting is definitely a faster option. Oh, come on. Keep giving me 4. 4, 4, come on. I do have a lot of other material parts here. So if we take a look, I'm searching by sockets. I wish I could search by something else, like, but these are all this purple color, but I don't know if, I think it overrides what they actually are, and you can't actually put these in. So I might be a little bit in trouble here, trying to figure out what I'm going to be deconstructing. I don't think this deconstructs. No, that turns into normal stuff. So yes, I am effectively, well, actually I have this. I am going to be running out. Yep. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I do have a couple of other pieces. I just searched helmets. For some reason, these didn't show up. Ooh, never mind. We have enough. We totally have enough. I'm going to give you these other pieces. But yeah, this stuff is really powerful, and it's sad that we're scrapping it, because we can use this to actually craft our current gear into this rarity of gear. And that would give it sockets and all kinds of cool stuff. Now, while I'm down here, I might as well infuse some more of these shelves. To do that, let me grab some more levels. But yeah, I definitely want to infuse 4 more. We already have 1 infused, and we're going to actually have to spend this one. So let's go ahead and create some more. And of course, to get the infusion, it does tell you on the infusion crafting recipe, just make sure you have enough. And honestly, just using in shelves is easy enough to get this particular infusion ready to go. Now, I'm slowly but surely getting the runes crafted up, but I wanted to make this enchantment library while that's all going. And I want to use that over here and just sort of just set it here for right now. And what this will do is we can take enchanted books and all of the enchanted books that we have, and we can actually store them inside of this container. And then we can pull them out anytime we want, in whatever order we want. And we can put them back in as well. So we can take some books, and we can put a book, or we can specifically enchant an item, right? Believe, let's see, I guess a book doesn't specifically work, but like items, for example, will. So a pick, actually we have unbreaking, so like a helmet is fine. We should be able to put unbreaking. I think you can put unbreaking on this. So you put unbreaking, you can see it right there. And this is the sort, an item sort filter. So you just click and it's going to generate the book. And right there, we're at unbreaking 4, unbreaking 5, and we can just keep going. And now it's at unbreaking 8. Now, if you wanted to do a better job of this, there is a higher tier version of this that I think lets you put even higher tier enchants on it. Pretty ridiculous. I'm gonna get all of my enchanted books moved into this. So I basically have everything ready to go, at least until we get to this part right here. So let's go ahead and submit all of these. I have all the formation cores made, I have the annihilation cores, and I have all the arcane sands, and we get a creative ME cell, which is interesting because we already have a creative source. This is just to be able to handle, I guess, mana through applied energistics. But right here, we have gem dust. We can submit that. We have tons of this. We have all these runes. Thankfully, we set up all the automation for this. I may be missing water runes. Nope, I have all the water runes I could ever want. Looks like I may have crafted up too many runes. I love having the automation for it, though. It just saves so much time. I couldn't imagine doing this by hand. Then we submit that, and then we get a storm lens from Britannia, and then we get all these runes from the Reaper mod. And then, well, these aren't really creative items in themselves. Now, the mana lens, the storm lens is a creative item. I'm not quite sure how it actually works, as it is a part of a new mechanic, but let's take a mana blaster and let's see if we can't combine the storm lens with the mana blaster. And then let's not do this in our base. For one, I'm kind of scared to do this in our base, because the actual storm thing is this thing right here called a mana storm charge. And this actually creates basically a giant TNT explosion of mana. Now I'm going to get a mana tablet that's full of mana, and kind of see what this is going to do. I'm gonna do this on one of those islands. I am super interested to see what this does, if anything. Oh my goodness! So that is the mana storm lens. Yeah, it's basically portable TNT. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? Dude, that's a lot. So if you were wondering how to use the storm lens, well, now you know. And it's quite fun. I mean, you just shoot this. Oh, it's super satisfying. I better put this away for, well, safekeeping. Let's just tuck that over here somewhere and just make sure we don't accidentally right-click that. Now, as far as these runes go, these are actually used as upgrade pieces for the, is it called souls? It is not called souls. If I look at what it's made from, there we go. Spirit. It is a part of spirit. And I believe these are used as the upgrades for this mod. Spirit, by the way, is a way that you can make like mob spawners, and it's just another way to farm mobs. Not something I necessarily got into in this, but it is another alternative to mob spawners. And I believe you can set this up to where the mobs aren't even physical, very similar to hostile neural networks. Now, the last part of this line, well, I'm not going to be able to do today. However, I can make the Supreme Frame. I just cannot make the polonium pellets. Polonium pellets we are going to start working on, I think, next episode, and that is going to involve diving headfirst into Mechanism's fission reactor. And the fission reactor should be pretty simple to automate in this pack. We just have to get fissile fuel crafted and get that process started and get that automated, which is the hardest part. Build the giant reactor, and then we are ready to go. Make sure we put our fail safes in, and honestly, just let it run. And while it's running and processing its components, we can start focusing on making antimatter with it, as that is going to be quite a lengthy process. So all in all, I would call today a pretty darn productive day. I hope you learned something about these creative items, as I had to dive pretty deep to figure out what that wither, or what that storm lens actually did. Oh man, I had to deep dive into the discords and all that fun stuff. So guys, if you do appreciate me diving into all of that research so you don't have to, be sure to click that subscribe button. And guys, also ring that notification bell so you get a notification when I do publish new videos so you don't miss out. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Of course, give it a like if you would as well. Comment something really nice down below if you would. It always makes my day a little bit better. And well, of course, it's time to thank the supporter of today's video. And that huge thanks and shout out is going to go out to Velcro. Thank you so much for your amazing support, by the way, over on YouTube, becoming a YouTube member. I do appreciate you very, very much, and supporting in one of the best ways possible. Thank you so much, guys. Of course, if you're interested in becoming a supporter yourself, all you gotta do is check out the Discord, or you can check that join button right next to the subscribe button after clicking that. That is a great way to support this channel in a financial way, and it really does go a long ways in supporting. So guys, I thank you so much for watching today. Be sure to join the Discord, discord.gg/ChosenArchitect, if you would. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode, where we're gonna get a way more industrial. So yeah, I hope to see you. And as always, thanks for watching. I had to come back to continue. Oh, it's just too much fun. This is too much fun.